Yes, you saw the thumbnail, you read the title. In my opinion, I believe that Caleb Williams is the next great NFL bust. And don't let all the media hype and Bears fan hype lead you to believe that Caleb Williams is going to be a generational quarterback, because he's not generational. There's nothing generational about Caleb Williams. There's been nothing generational about any quarterback except for maybe C.J. Stroud in the past 5 fucking draft classes. So stop throwing that word around, because it means absolutely nothing. All right, that word should be thrown around maybe once per 10 years. Once per decade you can call someone generational, but you don't call every player in every draft class generational, because it doesn't make sense. But Caleb Williams is the next big NFL bust, and I'm not going to bore you with any bullshit here. I'm going to get straight into the absolute facts of the situation here. Caleb Williams, his number one problem that I saw in the game film is he can't read coverage. He does not scan through, his full field progressions, and I think I blame not only him for, just being a low IQ quarterback. I blame the coaching staff at USC, because this offense has been gimmicked up. It's tailor-made for a quarterback like Caleb Williams, one who can't read the field. So they shorten the progressions to 1 or 2 reads. So if your first read isn't open, you go to 2, and if 2's not open, maybe you either go back to 1 or you start running around and breaking the coverage down and getting a wide open player because you're scrambling, and someone in, a linebacker or a corner has to sort of crash down out of their assignment in zone to account for you as a quarterback, as the athlete, and that leaves someone open, and oh my God, he's so generational. Just because you can run out of the pocket and throw it 50 yards, it doesn't make you fucking generational. That's ridiculous, and people who are saying that are dumb. They're dumb as dirt. So he can't make full field progressions. He never did. He went 1-2, and he threw it to either 1 or 2. I almost never saw the dude on film throw it to his 3rd or his 4th read. Could you imagine being Caleb Williams' 4th read? You're never getting the ball. You're never ever going to touch the damn ball the entire game, because the guy can't make more than 2 reads on a play. And obviously, the main problem with him, other than that, would have to be the fact he holds on to the ball for 100 million seconds. And that's where all the highlights of him running around and throwing it up to a guy wide open 55 yards down the field come from, is him not being able to read coverage and holding on to the ball for 7 seconds. And people loved to blame his offensive line for, they didn't block. That's why, they weren't as good as they should have been. When you watch the film, this guy had 8-9 seconds to throw on almost every single play. Any quarterback can look good when your offensive line is giving you all day to throw the fucking ball. These people, and these wannabe scouts, and these wannabe, armchair general managers who are calling him generational, who said that they watched the film and saw that he, is going to be the next great NFL quarterback. They don't know what they're looking at. They don't know how to evaluate talent. There's no way that they're being serious in what they're saying, or even being sincere, because when you watch the same film and you see different things from these idiot armchair general managers, they're saying something wrong, because this guy is horrible under pressure. That's my 3rd talking point here in this video, is he sucks under pressure. The Notre Dame game is a great example of that. He was put under pressure a lot, but the offensive time actually gave him a lot of time to throw in certain plays. But when, he had like an NFL-like pocket where he had about 2 or 2.5, maybe even 3 seconds to read the field and throw the ball, he couldn't do it once. He sucked at it. And that's a red flag, because in the NFL, the pass rush will get there quicker. Your offensive line is it is going to be worse. I know the Bears have a good offensive line, but let's be honest, even a good offensive line, allows pressure in the NFL. Just because they're good doesn't mean they're going to be like the USC offensive line, giving the dude 10 seconds to throw the fucking ball on every given play. That's not going to happen. And once again, this is where the armchair GMs and wannabe scouts, would disagree with me and say, well, he had to make plays because, the receivers weren't open, and, the line sucked, and he had bad running backs. That's why they didn't run him a lot. You don't know what you're talking about. You've never actually scouted anyone if you think Caleb Williams is a generational talent. If you think Caleb Williams is even a 1st-round talent, you've never scouted anyone. Because this guy is maybe a 6th, 7th round, maybe even an undrafted free agent player. That's the type of talent he is, because he can't. It's all about reading defense. It's all about reading coverage shells in the NFL, and he can't do that. And it's all about making plays. And he did that in college, but he did that in a fluke sort of manner where he had 100 years to throw, and he still ran, and he still, ran around, threw it up. You can't do that in the NFL. You can't run around for 7 seconds as the quarterback and then throw it up to a wide open player, because they're going to be better athletically than you are. And Caleb Williams, he's got to know that in the back of his mind. He's got to be thinking to himself, man, what did I just get myself into? I'm not ready for this. And he is going to throw probably upwards of 20, 30 interceptions. He won't have a 55 completion percentage, because he's going to have a rough time adjusting in the NFL. Because USC's, Lincoln Riley's garbage high school system and an NFL pro style system is two totally different fucking worlds. And he is going to find out really quick, and the armchair general managers and the fake scouts who think they know better than anyone else are going to figure out really quick this guy is going to be the greatest bust in the history of the National Football League. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Truth, and this was nothing but the truth.